Good afternoon, John. That wasn't nearly as dramatic
Hello.
as I expected it to be. These things are sent to try us. I've just got fingers and toes crossed this week that everything goes reasonably according to plan. And we say hello to Corinda and to Chris. I'm just going to change the layout. So we are Men in Black. So that's good. And say hello to Corinda. And Corinda is saying hello to both of us. He's rechristened
I hate
you.
being called Johnny, by the way, Corinda.
This is just a minute. John's real name is John, and my real name is Stephen. I get the problem that people call me Steve, which doesn't bother me so much, but upsets Angelica. So,
all right,
we say hello to Chris, who's got it right, saying hello, Stephen, John, and Corinda. And Corinda is saying hello to Chris, and it's Chrissy. So it's just all right. Okay, adding a.
He's a different generation from the other three of us.
He is, yeah. Okay, this is inspired by Invideo, and there's Invideo, and hopefully something will happen, and we now have the link to Invideo automatically posted. Just testing thing and just playing here, John. And the second thing is if I go over here, I've got a new toy. I've got to use it. This is the Invideo group, and we should get a link for the group posted in a moment. There you are. Magically, I didn't move, and we've got the links for Invideo and the Invideo community, which we do suggest you actually join. Okay, so we're going to take those off screen or put them full screen. No, let's hide them, shall we? No, I know that it works. Right, John, where are we going this week?
Well, I thought we'd do something different this week. So there isn't an instructional video. I'm going to talk about making great video adverts.
Okay.
And yes, it's a PowerPoint, but I guess what I will do subsequent to this is turn the PowerPoint into an Invideo video.
Brilliant. Well, it's time for me to go down into the staging area and be very quiet while John explains. So bye for now as I disappear. And
I should lose me as well, please, because most of the action isn't there. Video adverts. Oh, I'm back again. I'm gone again. And so here we go. So the first thing about making video adverts is having reasonable expectations. So you need to be realistic, and you need to realize that your masterpiece is unlikely to be a viral sensation. And don't stroke your business ego. It's about the relationship with the potential customer or the existing customer. So what are your objectives? Well, what's the advert for? And these are the questions you need to ask yourself. Is it to help generate clients? Is it to educate and inform? Is it to create awareness? Or is it a combination of all three? And is it going to be part of a campaign? Because they say that you need to be seen 13 times before you get remembered in the marketing game. And are you using it to create brand visibility or lead to a purchase? So you need to bear all of these things in mind as you develop your video. Brand. Now, one of the things I'm going to say here is I own videos, and in a lot of the other products out there and in Invideo, you can create fantastic exploding logos with flames going all over the place. But I suggest that unless you're a household name, you don't lead with your logo because nobody's heard of you. They see that logo, they might just skip away instead of staying, which is what you really want. So with your logo, be consistent, make it smallish, stick it in one of the corners, always in the same place. Don't make it hop, skip and jump around the screen. Just creates viewer and eye interference. So no logo, lead with credible information. Pique people's interest early and give a reason to keep watching. After all, if I keep seeing this exploding logo and bits going around the screen, I've seen thousands of those. So I need a hook to make me keep watching. Great contact info is important, but put it at the end. And if you want to have logo magic, put that at the end too. Video duration. It's important with video ads because we're all bombarded with them to keep them short, sweet, and to the point. So try to get your point over in the first 10 seconds. You know, this is the #1 washer, you're the leading video designer, or whatever your point and objective of your video is. Because if you can get it over in the first 10 seconds, people will watch further. However, if you've got your point over, don't extensively elaborate. You know, if you got your point over in the first 10 seconds, do another 5 seconds supportive information, and then tell people what you want them to do, and then go away so as they can do what you want them to do. So tell people what you want them to do, stop it now so as they can do it, and a 5-minute video is likely to bore the potential customer to death. Sound. Believe it or not, this is the #1 thing people remember. Now, I know a lot of people watch videos and scroll through Facebook with the sound turned off, but the sound really can be a major hook for you as well, because you can use it in multiple videos on different things, but again, it gives something that's consistent for the users to latch onto. So try to be unique. Use a quality theme. Use a reasonable amount of your budget here, because it's no good going on with fantastic pictures, downloaded videos, specially shot videos, if you're then going to go and use a sound that everybody hears every day of the week. Consider using the same sound or the same tune regularly so people can identify with it. So, content. It needs to be credible information. So you put your credible statements out, and then you reinforce it with reviews, awards, user statements, a video showing it how it works, but keep it all short because people have lots to do in today's world. Look at successful adverts. If you go and look at the top 20 adverts for the last 2 years, none of them are covered in whiz bangs. They haven't got sliding in this from the left, this exploding here, 5 different coloured blocks. They're to the point. They're factual. Font use is consistent. They always use the same font. They don't skip to different fonts. They use a consistent font. And text effects, much as I love the things that have been introduced in the last week or so, are few and far between in successful videos. But
should there be used for emphasis?
Yes, you can use things for emphasis, but don't go mad. If you look through some of the things that have been posted in the last 2 weeks since the videos, new text video stuff has come out, you'll look at them and you'll think, my eyes hurt, and what people to be watching. So don't mix thousands of different effects. Keep it to possibly one effect per scene. But whatever you do, if you look at successful adverts, be original. Don't copy them, but look at how they keep it simple and how they keep it short and to effect. Yeah. So look at some of the telly adverts when you're watching the telly and see what appeals to you and try and mimic, not necessarily exactly what they're doing, but something similar to what your favorite TV adverts are. But above all, be sensible. If what you're doing right for your market's decision maker. So if your market, I don't know, is to companies and their board are all in their 50s and 60s, it's no good putting together an advert that would appeal to teenagers or millennials or whatever they're called these days. So content targeting needs to be accurate and sensible to whom you want the advert to appeal. Call to action. 90% of the ads that we see out there that have been home constructed, and I guess I have to plead guilty, I do work from home, a lot of them don't tell people what they want you to do at the end of the advert. They don't say, contact us now, or call us and get a discount, or anything of the sort. So make sure that the viewer knows what you want them to do, and make sure that the viewer gets your contact information. And if you're taking them to a website, make sure the URL works. I've seen so many ads of recent where in the text underneath, like in Facebook or wherever, there's a link. And when you click the link, it's a 404 error because the page doesn't work. Ensure consistency. And that is to say, make sure that it has the same look and feel as the video. So if I'm going from a green and yellow video to a web page and it's red and blue, I think to wonder, have I actually ended up in the right place? So try and make sure your look and feel's consistent over your different areas. Page must be consistent with the video objective. Now, what do I mean here? What I mean here is if you're telling them in your text with your video, or on the end of your video you're saying go to www.fredblogs.co.uk to order, make sure the page they land on gives them the ability to put the product in a basket. Or if you're saying get further information, either a form, got a spelling mistake there, or a document that they can download, or do both. Fill out the form before you can download the document. That way you get their email address or their telephone so you can interact with them in different manner and keep consistent connection going. Have a strategy for delivery. It's no good creating a fantastic video, sticking it on a web page that nobody ever visits. Decide who needs to see it. Work out how you're going to get in front of those people. That might be a targeted group within Facebook that you've built, or a particular group within Facebook that you've joined that allow you to advertise in. And then do it. Don't just go, oh, okay, I've built this video. I'll stick it on Invideo and I'll hope people share it so that people come to me. Find out where it should go. Decide who needs to see it. Get it out there in front of them. Do it. Don't talk about it. Okay, and legals. Be sure you're legal, because the last thing you want is to end up with a court case and cost you a small fortune. Don't steal stuff. Observe copyright. There's lots and lots of libraries, other places, and to be honest, you can get artwork for next to nothing from the likes of Fiverr, etc. And if you use a third party to do work for you, make sure you own it. That's to say, if you appoint Fred to do a voiceover, make sure in your transaction that there is a definition that says at the end of this, you own it and you can use it wherever and whenever you want. So legals are quite important. And above all, enjoy what you do. Create something you're proud of and build your portfolio. So that's my tips on creating great video ads.
I need to switch our cameras back on now because I was being very careful there. So our cameras are back, we are back, and all is good. Thank you for that.
Different from what we normally do, but I thought it would be useful, really, for people.
You also thought, and I don't blame you on this. My fingers and toes across that would actually work. I know these things. Right. Okay. So hello to Chris. Hello to Kelly. Hello to Kevin. Everybody who's watching live today, and thank you for doing so. Right. Okay. Now, I enjoy making countdown clocks, as you know, and I just want to show one countdown clock, and then we can carry on. So while John and I take a breather, here's a countdown clock created with Invideo. So I'm going to put it full screen, and you can enjoy the music, hopefully. So there you have it.
Who is the gentleman? Who is Willy Bendungi?
Yes, he lives in the Netherlands, and I spoke to him earlier at 2:10. It should have been at 3 o'clock, but due to the time differences, we had a little. He was ready before an hour before it should have been, so we went live. And Chris joined us, and he is an evangelist, and he broadcasts around the globe, obviously using BeLive, and he's very personable. He's not not shouty. He's passionate would be the word. And we had an interesting conversation over the course of 30 minutes and explored what he does and how he does it. And also part of the program was in French. So there you are. We are international. Right, now I want to pick you up on a point. 2 points, actually. One is voiceovers, and I must say that I am very pleased with VoicePal, which you recommended, which takes text and it turns it into a voiceover, which you can then add to your Invideo video. And it simply works. It works out of the box. You don't do anything complicated. And if your target is America, then would you use an English or an American voice? Is my question.
Well, I'd use an American voice if that was where my target market was.
Right, so there you are.
Or does using a British voice, yes, because they don't use the word English over there, we're British, stand you out from the crowd?
That's the point I was coming to. It depends what effect you want. I mean, an English voice occasionally does go down well in the States, so I'm fortunate in that. And I think if I was doing voiceovers not using my own voice, then I would choose an American voice to actually go to American market. And if I was going to a French market, I would use somebody with a French accent. Yeah, speaking English, but with a French accent.
Yeah. Yes. So, well, last week we did some stuff on using foreign languages, and in fact, I actually haven't shared that video, so maybe I should do that after the show. Where the translations were not great, and because the translations were not great, the French speaker who spoke didn't sound the most what's the right word?
You're not going well, I mean, that's the reason I didn't actually show it to Angelica, because she'd have just cursed. Well, not cursed, she doesn't curse, but Google Translate is good for getting a rough idea of what people are saying, but it's not precise enough to
yeah, I believe the translation that happens in the other voice product that you own,
yeah,
Audio Flow, is better.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I might try that.
I ran the same sentence through both, and I'm led to believe the output from Audio Flow was the better of the two.
I've forgotten Audio Flow. Don't use it often enough. That's the problem. I'll check it out again after the broadcast.
Now, well, I've now got three because I've got Audio Flow, I've got VoicePal, and I've got Synthesis, which was what I used last week in last week's show.
Right.
That tries to put bits of words spoken by a human together to create a more human voice. The problem is, unless you're feeding it with accurate text, it doesn't come out quite how you would want it to.
And it's important to get it right, because you come back to this, the presentation's got to be spot on, hasn't it? If you're trying to catch somebody's attention, then the presentation has to be right. And I agree about the flashing bits. They have their place, but not if you've got a serious intent. So if you type into Google top 20 adverts for the last 2 years, or 2018, 19, 20, you'll get shown 20 adverts. You will not find any one of them with fancy dropping down building sentence text. True. Question from Corinda. Can we use 3D effects?
Well, if they're built into a video, you can, but there's no 3D support within video itself.
Okay, and over to Chris. And Chris is saying, he couldn't say français. I find it very difficult to search for good music for my videos. Please, do you have tips? John, music.
Searching for music is to try and find some of the smaller. I find if you were looking for free sites, I'll drop you an email with a couple of people you should go and have a look at who do free, royalty-free music. And it's not your communal garden stuff that we get if you go to, for instance, the YouTube library or Invideo's own library, which in fact is a subset. However, I heard a rumor, and I cannot substantiate the rumor, that when we get the audio timeline, we might get another audio library. So, Chris, it might be worth being patient for 2 weeks, because Sankit, bless his cotton socks, has promised to deliver it within 2 weeks.
Okay.
Audio Hero is really good, as Kevin says, and everybody has their favorite. So, it's what you're used to. It's a bit like it took me forever from WordPerfect to Word, because I'd used WordPerfect for 15 years.
We're not good at change, John. Because the commercial videos that I create, I use a product called Jamendo. And basically with Jamendo, you've got about 30,000 tracks. You can search through the tracks. You can have vocal or non-vocal, male or female vocal, instrumental, and you can set the mood as well. And you can download the track from Jamendo. You get a certain number for free, but if you want to make commercial use of it, then you pay a monthly subscription. And for that monthly subscription, you can download the track, say where you're going to use it, and I used it in the Showcaster countdown clocks, and you then download a license to actually use it, so that Facebook and YouTube can't actually catch you out for playing music which is not yours. And interestingly on that, I did get called out for some music I put on a countdown clock, and somebody said, that's ours. And I had to hand the license from Jamendo, and I disputed something on Facebook and said, you're not right. I got the right to use that. And I just took the first paragraph of the Jamendo certificate, posted that, and within 12 hours, they accepted that I did have the right to use the music. And John said earlier that sound is important, music is important too. If you're just using...
I meant music, really.
Right. If you're just using the Invideo tracks, we've all got our favorites. The only problem is that we all like the same tunes, and there is a series of tunes which keep going through your head because you keep seeing them. So if you can, do get away from using the Invideo tunes and import. It's quite easy. You just import the MP3 and you can add it to the video. And over to Okay, and last one was Kevin saying studio here too, and it's great to get recommendations. And Chris is saying super, thank you so much, John. There you are.
I bought a license, a lifetime license for Jump Story from the other week, or about 3 weeks ago, from my favorite place where we got our cheap XSplits from, Mashable shop.
All right, okay.
That has literally millions of photographs, and they go up every month, and also a massive collection of videos. And I've been pinching segments of video from there because they're different from the video libraries that we have access to within Invideo. But they just announced that for all existing users, they will be launching a music library in September. So I'm looking forward, and they claim they're going to start with 100,000 tunes in there and build it up to 1 million over the next 12 months. So it'll be interesting to see. When everybody says they're going to start with 100,000, you immediately think of the quality.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I have to tell you, the video and photograph qualities, they even have 8K support for photographs and 4K support for videos. So, you know, I'm got fingers crossed that the music element from there will be there.
Okay, just a reminder, John and I are talking about Invideo, and if you're interested in the Invideo group and you want support, then you can go to the group, and amazingly, seems like thousands of people will descend on your question and answer it, and the support from Invideo themselves and from Invideo users is legend.
Kevin asks, are we not showcasing videos? We love to showcase videos.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, in previous episodes, Kevin, we kept saying, I wonder if Kevin's watching. I wonder if he'll send us any videos. And now you've heard us. You've actually heard us say it. So please.
Although these days we ask you to send us the YouTube link rather than the video.
Yeah, and we love
YouTube natively.
Yeah, YouTube videos we can play quite easily. You don't need to send us anything other than the link, and we can bring it into the studio and to play it. And the same request goes out to Chris when you create your Invideo videos. We'll bring them on screen and show them, and of course to Kelly. We're more than happy to actually show your videos too, and you can join us on camera if you wish.
There's always 2 seats available if anyone ever wants to join us. Just getting back into video, Kev. Hey, it's the ooh, my cuckoo.
Towards the end of the program,
the Stardust pose with the black leather jacket and the hands in the air.
Yeah. Okay, now this week I'm actually testing a new feature on BeLive, which is the ability to bring in a photograph, and that's the photograph. This is St. James's Church in Devizes. There's been a church on this site since the 1300s. This is the current St. James's Church, built in 1831. And as I did that, as if by magic, the link for people to donate to help St. James's Church appeared in the comments on Facebook and on YouTube, just to prove that. And this is the start of BeLive moving away from, well, they're still in lots of different races, but functionality, making useful things for people to actually do things whilst you're live. And live selling is one of those. And from that comes the ability to run charity events on BeLive as well and ask for donations. So that's my BeLive advert for this week. You got an advert, John?
No.
No. We can bring your advert with you next week then. Okay, so we've shown you
Omo washing powder then.
We've shown you 2 Invideo videos. We've shown you the links to Invideo and the community. I just want to also finally, from my side, give a shout out to AirDroid. I was asked by AirDroid to do a review of AirDroid, and I did, and they received it well. And it's just one of the things about live video, it does get you noticed. And they saw 2 of my videos on YouTube and decided that they would like to start people doing reviews of their software. And I'm leader of the pack at the moment. And I'm just ever so grateful, which is why I'm showing it on screen. And John's bringing up, I'm going to keep me off screen. I'm going to hide me and show John. Yes, John.
That is, you can't see it though, unfortunately. If I put it at an angle, you can. That's AirDroid on my phone. 6-year user of AirDroid. It was only when Stephen started showing that you could use it to bring your phone in that I realized it was that capable. I've been using it with 3 different phones to bring down my videos and photographs. Now I know I can incorporate it inside my video, inside my broadcasts, or if you want. I've also used it to feature AirDroid inside, feature the screen showing an application running inside a video when I'm recording the screen with Camtasia. Couldn't remember the word then.
Yep. All sorts of uses. Right. Okay.
Yeah, not very expensive at all. It's an annual fee of about $25, I think it is, something like that.
That's true. That's true. And as you mentioned at the beginning, it's superb at file transfer. So wireless file transfer, and that's why we both got involved with it, because you can actually take anything off your mobile and just transfer it to your desktop.
Or the other way around, because every 2 weeks I send a text out to all the allotment holders because I'm the allotment secretary. There's 97 of them. Yeah. I put what I want to send in a spreadsheet with the message at the top, all of their names and phone numbers down the side. I bring it onto my mobile with AirDroid, and then I run another product that sends the text out. And I'm having a mental block what it's called. But if I have a look at my phone, I'll be able to see. It's called SA Group Text. And again, believe it or not, that's free, although I bought the full version because with the full version, I can actually schedule text broadcasts as well.
Brilliant.
So that's using a combination to go the other way. I do it in Excel. I take the Excel spreadsheet onto the phone. I feed the spreadsheet into the SA Group Text and leave it to send out 96 texts.
See. Right. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to say very quietly to everybody who's watching, that we are going out to Facebook and YouTube, and that Facebook, if you check this recording afterwards, is actually on Facebook. The recording is at 1080p. Thank you, BeLive, for being one of the first providers of a system that goes, the recording ends up at 1080p. Everybody else is stuck on 720. So on that note, it's over to John to close the show.
So I'm not at all sure where my mate is and what it is in the background. It looks like somewhere sunny.
Yeah.
It's definitely not sunny Wiltshire, is it?
No, and it's not Wiltshire. It looks Spanish to me. I'm not sure.
Oh, you're not sure? Oh, so it's a random photo, is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just from Unsplash.
Mine is a picture of Californian poppies. However, they weren't in California.
Oh, it's one of your photos.
No, it's an Unsplash photo.
Shout out to Unsplash.
Well, yeah, for those who are wondering, we're using XSplit to create our backgrounds. And Stephen has a steadier background than me because he's got a green screen. And I keep meaning to put my green screen behind me, but never get around to it because my biggest problem is that about 6 inches behind my head is a bookshelf. In fact, it's a row of 6 bookshelves, four bookshelves. So there isn't that much room to put the green screen. So it's goodbye from me and it's goodbye from him. And us two Ronnies will see you same time next week, same place.